Hello everyone, my name is Rani and welcome to the Raniverse. Have you ever wanted to bag a baddie that looked a lot like Raggedy Ann? Have you ever wanted to crack a giant purple rabbit? I don't know, maybe romance a amalgamation of different shapes and limbs. A little jester. A ribbon with a mask, or a set of floating teeth, or a chess piece. It doesn't really matter, because this game has got it all. It is called The Amazing Digital Dating Sim, and it is a fan-made project based on the anime scene that we got in the Amazing Digital Circus in the animated show on YouTube made by Gooseworks. I really enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the ending. I know, controversial, but I enjoyed it. I am excited to see what this game is about. I don't play a whole lot of visual novel games. The last time I played a visual novel game was the Dream Daddy mobile game, on my phone when I was in middle school, so yeah, some questionable things happening there. So I'm pretty excited. Can't wait. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the game.
Disclaimer, this game is fan-made, is in no way officially affiliated with or endorsed by the Glitch Production or Gooseworks. All events and interactions in this game are not canon. Please do not reach out or harass anyone on Glitch's production team about this game. This game contains bright flash transitions. Kane, welcome to the Amazing Digital Dating Simulator, a slice of life-styled school setting where anything and everything is possible. I'm Kane, and I'll be your principal for the duration of your stay here at the Amazing Digital Academy. Help your classmates pull pranks on the teacher, become a straight-A student, or a rule-breaking delinquent. All this while possibly finding love along the way. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First things first, what uniform will you be donning? The skirt. Sounds good. How about your name? What should we call you? What's my name? Rani. Verse. Are you sure you like that name? Hey, I chose that name on purpose, okay? It is based off of a nickname my friends gave me many years ago, and I will not explain further. I don't have to explain myself to you, but get out of here. Alright, Raniverse, yes, I choose that. Kane. Yep, that's my name. Alright then, Raniverse. Then let's head inside. Hi, my name is Raniverse. I'm a transfer student to the Amazing Digital Academy. My parents moved to the countryside after a vague, tragic event that changed the course of our lives. After I said goodbye to all my old friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Today is my first day at this new school. I glanced down at my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Kinger. So where's the teacher? As I step into the room to let in any other students that might be late to class, someone else hops into the room. The figure looks like a tall white piece from a gaming set. Specifically, he looks like a king in chess. It takes me a moment to put two and two together, but when I do, I almost groan at the pun. Surely his name can't really be. Hello, my name is Kinger. You must be pleased to meet me. Mr. Kinger extended a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of genuine sense of excitement. Good morning, students. On the docket today, we have a new student named... what's her name again? Hey everyone, I'm Raniverse. I look forward to learning with you all, and I hope we can all be friends. I'm Raniverse, don't mess with me, and we'll be good. I'm Raniverse, and I'm always down for a good time. I'm gonna be a sap. Oh, right. Go on and take any open seat, Runnyverse. Most of our students don't bite. One of the other students, a purple rabbit, seems to grin at this. I take a moment to think of who to sit by. I take a seat next to the girl in the colorful hat and sailor uniform. Aren't we all wearing a sailor uniform? I sit next to the shy-looking girl with a comedy mask and ribbon body. I sit next to the mismatched figure with the bored look on their face. Which I have a feeling that Gangle and Zubul will be sitting next to each other. I sit down next to the cheery-looking ragdoll in front of the class. I sit down with the mischievous-looking purple rabbit. I sit down in the teacher's chair. Look, yeah, I want to sit in the teacher's chair, but I have a feeling that I would get along very well with Ragatha. Honestly, I feel like I'd get along with the majority of them. I don't think Jax would care for me that much. I'm gonna sit next to Pomni. I take a seat next to the girl in the colorful hat. Hi. She gives me a shy wave, as if she's surprised I want to sit next to her. Hello there. I squint down at her desk. Written on it is the name XDDCC, though I'm pretty sure I heard another student address her as Pomni. Yeah. It's Pomni. Why do I sound like Ragatha? Hold on. She says, covering the plaque on her desk with one of her gloves. Just Pomni. She let out a sigh. When I first got here, well, it's a long story, but basically, I couldn't remember my name, so Kane tried to make one up for me. For the first few days here, I was XDDCC. I'm not pronouncing that. How did she manage to pronounce that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have no clue how to say that, bro. But nobody could pronounce that, so we ended up going with the second name he picked out, Pomni. Guess that makes sense. As much sense as anything else here, at least. Though, come to think of it, since you just showed up, I'm officially not the newest one around here. So I can show you the ropes if you're interested. Just as she says that, the ragdoll student at the front of the class seems to take notice of us, walking over to our desks. Oh, hi, you two. Pomni, are you making friends with the new transfer student? Hey, Ragatha. It's Bians. Okay. Yep, just talking to Raniverse. Pomni turns to me. Raniverse, this is Ragatha. She's our class president. Why are you sweating, girl? It's just Ragatha, okay? You're sweating unless you want to tell us something. Unless you're trying to tell us something. Uh-huh. That's weird. Anyway. Ragatha extended a hand towards me. Welcome to our school, Raniverse. If you ever need help with anything at all, I'm your gal. She beams. I'm happy you and Pomni are getting along. Can I tempt you with our tour of the school later? Maybe Pomni can come along too. What do you think? Pomni interjects. Oh, that's really okay, Ragatha. I've been on our tour a few times. I'll sit this one out. Oh, you sure? Well, okay. What do you say, Raniverse? She says, leaning towards me. Lean a little bit closer. Tour sounds great. I actually like to keep talking with Pomni. Can you jump off my back? I just sat down. That's just swell, Raniverse. Sorry, Pomni. I'm taking Ragatha. Okay. Ragatha says with a pump of her fist before leaning over to Pomni. Are you sure you don't want to come along, Pomni? Pomni looks away. No, it's okay. You two have fun. I need a tour and you've already been on it, so... Pomni's attention goes back to class as Ragatha has monopolized my time. Okay. Well, guess it's just us this afternoon, Ronnieverse. I guess so. Pardon me. I was just settling into my desk and getting used to this place when something burst into the room. Principal Kane! Wait, hold on, that's Ragatha. Principal Kane! How excited to have you in our class today! The new figure turned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor-sharp teeth. I don't think I'll ever get used to this school. Kinger! Class! How do you do? Principal Kane extended a hand, gesturing to us all before freezing in place. With a sound like a porcelain grinding against porcelain, his teeth slammed shut. His eyes slowly extrude from his mouth like they were not solid objects. Ronnieverse! Wasn't expecting you here! Manic enthusiasm suffuses his voice as he points his cane at me. I have never heard of that word before. Maybe you'll be the secret ingredient to make this school interesting. He pauses a moment, rubbing the base of his chin in contempt for a moment. Is there a reason you're here, Kane? Zubul speaks to him like they're addressing an annoying insect instead of the principal of the school. Kane perks up. That's right! The reason I'm here to make sure we're all having an enriching academy experience. One filled with fun, danger, adventure. He begins to list more and more descriptors, increasing his breakneck speed until I can't even tell what he's saying. And most of all, interesting to our studio audience. He turns towards the window and stares out of it for a moment. Is he addressing somebody? There doesn't appear to be anyone outside. However, the numbers are in, students, and it turns out school dramas are just white noise. Normally, this is the time I tell you that means the end of school life as we know it. Kane bites on his hands in mock horror. The class and Kinger play along, gasping at this revelation. Gangle looks ready to burst into tears. However, my sweet-tooth students, your benevolent principal has found a way to bring public interest back to the school in a major way. At this point, the sharp-toothed bubble next to him pipes up. How are you bringing interest back to the school, Mr. President? Kane shoots the bubble a confused look, but hits his stride a moment later. You seem a little Tamar Emeralds. What's one thing no academy around here has ever had? I've never heard of that word, bro. A cast of colorful characters. I have no clue how to do that. Michael Korvich has range, okay? A competent principal. Adequate funding? Kane shakes his head. Wrong, 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 and surprisingly right, but also not relevant to what I'm talking about. No school around here has had a culture festival, celebrating the unique talents of its students. So I, being your benevolent principal, have decided to put your class in charge of throwing the best culture festival this side of the Pacific Ocean. Make it flashy. We gotta keep the interest of our investors, after all. Egads! I'm almost late for my deep tissue massage. Alright, Kinger, I'll leave you the list of everyone's responsibilities. You all have 5 days. Break a leg or two. As abruptly as he appeared, Kane darts out of the room, disappearing from view as he heads to his appointment. Alright, class. Let's see what roles Kane assigned to each of you for the Culture Festival. Kinger left a paper from his desk. Kinger lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read aloud. Ragatha, as the class representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issue. You can count on me. Zubul and Gangle, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We have a pretty big school here, so we'll need plenty of posters, and some art to display during the festival. I don't know. I still don't have anything I'm comfortable showing everyone else. Pomni, Jax, look up what a culture festival is. Shouldn't we do that before we start making posters? No, I like his idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with her posters. If it's anything like what she comes up with when she draws Ragatha. Jax! Gangle interrupts Jax before he can finish his thought, pleading with him to stay quiet. The class erupts into chaos as Zooble and Gaggle argue with Jax. Pomni tries to find out what a cultural festival is, and Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of class and get her classmates to pay attention. For this part, Mr. Kinger seems content to let the students bicker amongst themselves. Maybe he didn't have to rest for his lesson plan, didn't have the rest of his lesson planned, and is just waiting out the lunch bell. As if I had summoned it by thinking of it, the lunch bell sounds. Everyone drops their arguments and files out of the class. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. After my chaotic first half of the day, I had worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bustling with unfamiliar faces. Around me, there was a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I pick up something to eat at the nearest food place and set about deciding where to sit down. Still, as I scan the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. I think Ragatha wanted to give me a tour of the school. I guess I could just take my lunch break at the classroom. I sit alone, there's nobody. I'm gonna do a tour. I grab a sandwich from the lunch line and look around for Ragatha. She did want to give me a tour, right? Oh, Raniverse. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Did you want to start our tour today? Sure thing. That's what I'd like to hear. Let's get started then. Yes, I'm adding voices. She starts by leading me to the stairs in the middle of the school. This is the main stairway. Our homeroom is upstairs, so you need to know where this is to get to class. She gives me a friendly smile before realization strikes her. But you probably already knew that, because our class is on the 3rd floor and you would have had to take the stairs to get there. She sighs, but regains her composure quickly, putting on a slightly less cheery smile as she takes my hand. She walks to the left, taking us back to the lunchroom. This is the lunchroom, where you can grab a bite too. She cuts herself off, eyeing the sandwich that I'm still eating. Wait a second. She pulls her palms to her face. You just met me in the lunchroom? Ragatha sighs. So, you already been here too, huh? She giggles nervously, putting on an even weaker, faker smile. She grabs my wrist with gusto, pulling me along with so much zeal that I feel like she's going to tug it out of the socket. I wince as she pulls me towards the next location. This poor girl. Well, I can at least show you to your homeroom. We head back outside to the lunchroom and are halfway up the stairs when Ragatha realizes that I was in the same class as her this morning, so I've already seen this too. Ugh, I'm sorry, Raniverse. She pulls at her red, strangely licorice-like hair. I just wasted your entire lunch period taking you around places you already saw at school. I offer an apologetic, shy smile. Well, kinda, I guess. She sighs again, slumping forward. You must be pretty annoyed with me, huh? She says, not looking me in the eye. It's okay, I know you meant well. I'm not somebody who's gonna bully you for mistakes like that. Like, truly. Because to be honest, even I forget what people have done, and I will still try to explain it to them. And they'll be like, you told me that already. I'll be like, oh! I forgot. She clearly meant well. I don't see any reason to put her down. Ragatha perks right back up, as if all her mistakes are undone by my forgiveness. Oh, well, if you're having a good time, maybe I can continue the tour and excuse you from afternoon classes? Okay. We stop by the principal's office. Kane is leaning against the door. Bubbles coming out of his pipe. I'm like, Why'd they add an S at the end of Bubble's name? Wait, isn't it a violation of the code of conduct to smoke a pipe on school grounds? Ragatha! Raniverse! What do I owe the pleasure to? Hey Kane, I was giving Raniverse a tour of the school, but I wasn't able to give them a full tour during lunch. Can they be excused from afternoon classes so I can show them other places in the school? Kane stops a moment then. Hello? Hello? Did it break? Hello? Well, it broke. Pomni is sorting through a massive pile of books. Dry mulcher? Migration habits of vultures. Guess she's still trying to find a book on cultural festivals. We leave her to it. Well, we also have an art classroom. As we walk into the art room, Zubul and Gangle are working away, designing posters for the school. I peek over Gangle's shoulder. She's drawing Pomni with generous proportions. We know, girl. We know you're a freak. We know you're a freak. How do we know? Because we are also freaks. Don't lie. No, stop shaking your head. No, we know you're a freak. There is literally no denying it. You're watching this video right now. You're watching a dating sim video. Yeah. You're a freak. Anyway. Gangle sees me and throws herself over her art. Oh, look, Raniverse! Zubul turns to me and glares. She's not done with it yet. Don't you know how impolite it is to look at her art before it's done? I was just curious. Okay, Zubul, I'm not trying to get at you, girl, okay? I'm not. Agatha takes my wrists and begins to usher me out. Yeah, before Zubul jumps me. Sorry, guys. She closes the door behind her and catches her breath. Alright, time to show you my favorite spot on campus. We walk for several minutes. She leads me down the staircase all the way outside. I see a large patch of dirt in the shape of a diamond, surrounded by a chain link fence. This is the softball field. Do you play? That was apparently the right question to ask. Ragatha's smile widens. Yep, sometimes I can get the other guys out here, but Kane actually has a pitching machine, so sometimes I just go out here and let out stress. If you ever want to join me, let me know. I file the information away for later. In the distance, the bell to dismiss evening class rings. And now I'll walk us back to the locker so you can pack up and head out for today. Well, I guess that's the end of our tour for today. Time to head out. I walk to my locker, entering the combination as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to the day's events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. As I gather my things, a familiar doll walks up to me. Hey, Raniverse. You getting ready to head back for the day? Yep. Ragatha looks around a bit, seemingly working up the courage to ask something. Yes, I will marry you. You know, if you want to, I could walk you back today. How does that sound? Sure thing. Oh, awesome. She beams. Ragatha and I make our way to the front doors of the school. Hey, Raniverse? She looks at me as if she just remembered something very important. This is your first night here, right? Sure. I mean, it's technically my first day here. The sun has barely begun to set, so I don't know why she's saying first night. I'll show you to the dorms then. She gives me a polite smile. I hate to let her down, but... Actually, Ragatha, my parents are picking me up today. Ragatha gives me a confused look. Are you sure about that Ronnieverse? I think I am. I'm not sure why she's questioning that. But as she asks me the question, I try to remember what my parents said about picking me up today. I begin to discover worrying gaps in my memories. Did my mom or my dad drop me off? Was it someone else? What does the car that I was dropped off in look like? What do my parents look like? I begin to hyperventilate as I realize if it weren't for seeing my own reflection in a mirror when I was washing my face in the bathroom this morning, I wouldn't even remember what I looked like. What's happening to me? In the corner of my eyes, abstract patterns begin to fade in and out of existence. It's okay, Ronnieverse. Everyone goes through this the first day they're here. My breath begins to steady. The abstract patterns fade. Things start to feel... well, normal definitely isn't the word, but at least a little bit more okay. They do? Yeah, it's this weird thing. Nobody really knows how it works. Most of us can't even remember our own names. Well, at least I managed to remember my name. Unless somebody else made that up for me. I did make it up. Nah, that's ridiculous. Honestly, I haven't seen anyone ever leave campus. So wait, what? Just go inside and sleep on the floor of our homerooms? Ragatha laughs. No, Kane actually built us a set of dorms to stay in, she says, offering a hand. Something to give us a break from the old... well, I can't even look this up. The old whatchamacallit of going from class to class. Don't make fun of me in the comment. I know you know how to pronounce it, okay? I know you know how to pronounce it. I don't. I've never seen this word. Rigmarole? Something to give us a break from the old rigmarole of going from class to class. There, I tried. Okay, you happy? I take her hand. I'll lead you there, don't worry. Ragatha smiles gently as she leads me by my hand to a building nearby. Just by glancing at the doors, I can tell who stays where. Pomni, Zubul. I'm assuming the stable-looking one is probably Ragatha. The stay out is most likely Jax. I think that's supposed to be Gangle? And then mine is a plain door. The vibrant red and blue door has to be Pomni's room. Another door sleek with bright geometric shapes all over it. That has to be where Zubul stays. I could pick up Jack's door out of the crowd. It's darker than the others and crisscrossed with black and yellow striped caution tape. Ragatha stops at a ranch-style door before proceeding. This is my room, Ronnieverse. Oh, I'm gonna go in your room? Okay, let's go! She smiles. I'm the class rep and the resident assistant here. So if you have any trouble with any of your dorm mates or need anything from your room, I'm your gal. She gives a jovial swing of her arm, sliding her door open. The inside is adorned with doils of thick blue duvet covers. Oh. The inside is adorned with doilies. A thick blue duvet covers her bed, and I think I even see a tea set on her white dresser. It's not on her white dresser, it's a whole cabinet, it's a whole tea set. My door's always open. As we stand there, Jax walks by. He gives Ragatha a wicked grin. Why are you on the second floor, Jax? Your dorm is on the bottom floor. We all know you just walked up there so that you could bother people, okay? Or it would be if I could trust Jax not to put centipedes in my room. Jax gives her an offended look. Come on, Ragatha. Pranking the RA? I can't believe you think so little of me. He says, barely hiding a sadistic grin. Ignore him. She pauses a moment. And if you don't want to wake up to a centipede in your room, don't let Jax in. Jax lets out a dark chuckle as he overhears her, unlocking his door before stepping inside. Yeah, going back downstairs. You went all the way upstairs to then go back downstairs. Jax. She waits a few moments to make sure he's out of earshot before lowering her voice. But seriously, as long as you're not Jax, you're welcome to come visit me. If you need to relax or talk to somebody or just want to say hi. Now let's go find your room, new stuff. We walk side by side until we find a new door that doesn't apparently belong to anyone else here. This door is substantially less impressive than the doors to all the other rooms. A plain oak door with my name on a brass nameplate. I couldn't come up with a more boring door if I tried to imagine one. Ragatha turns towards me, noticing my disappointment. Hey, looks can be deceiving. Maybe it's really nice inside. I twist the handle and pull the door open. The room looks empty. Really empty. The walls are plain and unadorned. A gray mattress sits on a cheap-looking wooden bed frame. A duvet decorated with the school's logo has been set atop the mattress, as well as a pair of plain white pillows. In the back corner, an aging wooden desk has been set up, with a few sheets of paper, a set of number 2 pencils, and some ballpoint pens in blue and black. That is an old computer. Wait a minute, no, that's the computer that's inside of CNA, which is the place where the headset is. Okay, I will figure that. Not even any pens in my favorite colors. It's kind of hard to write in yellow. Unless you have a highlighter, but even then it's hard to read. Unless you write in like bigger letters. Well, there's a lot of room to customize. She walks around in vast emptiness of my room, the plain walls making it seem even bigger and emptier than it is. Haha, yeah. Haha. I rub a hand across the back of my neck. Yeah. Can we go back and hang out in your room for a bit? I really don't want to be alone here. Oh! I'm really sorry, Raniverse, but Kane doesn't want us in each other's rooms after the sun is down. Kane. Listen here. If I want to go in these rooms, I'm going to go in these rooms. You're not... I don't care if you start a musical number and destroy everything in existence. I'm going in these rooms, okay? You got that? Good. I'm really sorry, your universe. No, you're not. She offers an apologetic smile. I know it's a silly rule, but he says that since this is supposed to be a family-friendly environment, he doesn't want us in each other's rooms at night. She backs out of my room, crossing her arms across her chest with a nervous giggle. I technically shouldn't even be in your room right now. The rest of our conversation continues with her standing in the hallway and me in my dorm room. So that's it for today? Yeah, I mean, you know where school is, right? And you remember all the places I showed you? I nod. It's a lot to take in, but I think I'm good. Yeah. I think I got it from here, I guess. Ragatha nods with a weak smile. Good. That's good. We stand there. The conversation has definitely dried up, neither of us knowing what to say next. I'll see you in class tomorrow? Well, I can walk with you to class tomorrow if you'd like. I nod. That's something at least. Yeah, you know, if you aren't too busy being class rep and resident assistant. She smiles. Well, as class rep, I'm supposed to help new students get acclimated to our academy. So I can definitely make time for you tomorrow. I smile back at her as we exchange goodbyes and close my door. Maybe things will be alright. I lay down on my bed, defeated by the day. It doesn't take long for me to drift to sleep. It doesn't feel like I was sleeping long when the lights in my room flash on, as if overridden by some remote console. The room to my dorm flies open as confetti sprays from the fire sprinkler. Doesn't that violate some sort of building safety code? Hello, my darling toy box characters, Principal Kane announces from what sounds like the hallway. Ah, well, time to investigate. Kane, what the are you trying to pull this late at night? Ha ha ha, Zubul! His laugh is fast, forced, and manic, as if he's used to this treatment, but none too pleased by it. You're lucky I even let you get sleep! This he bursts out in a harsh monotone before recovering his cheery demeanor. I'm here because even with the culture festival pulling in new viewers, we're still not hitting the numbers that the Academy needs us to. Which is why I've secured us a sponsorship! He stretched out the last word using some sort of effect to apply an ethereal reverb to his words. Without further ado, I introduce you all to... A drum roll plays from somewhere in the background. Agatha looks a little more awake, but the rest of us are still trying to shake off sleep to understand what exactly Principal Kane is talking about. The Wacky Watch! You see, the vendors for Wacky Watch have been having trouble finding a good audience for their product. But now, we have the perfect setting! Teen drama! But we're adults. I'm actually... Now, Gangle. I know this is a lot to take in, which is why I have already taken the liberty of affixing a Wacky Watch to each of your wrists. Each of us glanced down. To my shock, the watch is already on my wrist. How did it get there? What in the... And don't try removing them either. They've been affixed to your wrists with a very special adhesive. And if you do try to remove them, let's just say we'll be taking a little piece of you with them. I hear Gangle begin to whine as panic sets in. Pomni tugs at her Wacky Watch, but no matter how hard she tugs, the wristwatch stays affixed, her glove stretched like a rubber band as she pulled at the watch. Ragatha just looked down with a resigned sigh. Kane, I can't remove the arm with the Wacky Watch. What the fuck? Principal Kane ignores your complaints as he continues his monologue. You see, my turtle doves, in order to secure the funding we needed to make it to the Day 5 and the Culture Festival, I need you, Culture Fair, I need you wearing the Wacky Watches at all times. Luckily, I secured a deal where I won't need all of you to do ad reads, but it is of paramount importance that none of you insult or try to disable your Wacky Watch. Good luck with school life. Can't wait to see what you do with the Culture Fest. Fair. Bye. To be fair, they keep saying festival and fair at the same time. I'm not sure which is which. He stretched out the last syllable as his body folds in on itself, an infinite number of times disappearing from sight. Well, I know it isn't ideal, but at least we can all talk to each other now. Should make communication about the culture fair easier. With the sound of breaking glass, Gangle's comedy mask shatters and falls from her face. Tears well up in her eyes. I don't want a Wacky Watch. Seeing the situation unfold before her, Pomni pipes up. Well, I think it could be useful. And look, Gangle, there's even a picture chat function where you can send people things you draw. Pomni goes over to Gangle, lifting her wrist and pointing out the picture chat feature. That is kind of nice. Gangle sniffles. Yeah, that's the right spirit, Pomni. Now let's all get some sleep before we start classes again tomorrow. Everyone's door closes. I hear a muffled shout from Jax's room. What the heck? Why is there a watch stuck to my arm? I decide to hide in my room before Jax looks for someone to take out his frustration on. Yep. I flick my dorm lights off as I close my door. I check my wacky watch. I got a text from Agatha. Her portrait is outlined in gold to indicate that she's an RA. Hey, Ronnieverse. Just wanted to check in on you after the whole wacky watch thing. I guess I'm doing pretty okay, Agatha. Just getting used to how things work here. I get that. Showing up to this school, losing your memories, and now the wacky watch? It's a lot for anyone to take in. You're telling me. There's a few moments before Agatha responds. Well, if you ever need to talk to anyone, I'm here. Thanks. I'll have to take you up on that. Hold on, baby. There we go. Oh, really? Yeah, it's nice to talk with you. That's kind of you to say, Ronnieverse. Maybe I can make you tea sometime this week, between all the Culture Fest fair stuff. I'm gonna keep calling it a festival. That sounds nice. Cool, bee. Oh, cool. I'm not Unk, okay? Did she just send a smiling sunglasses emoji? That's what I'm saying. Well, Ragatha can be kind of old-fashioned, but it seems like she genuinely wants to help me fit in here. At least I have one friend at this school. You have other friends, dude. Pessimist, bro. I yawn as I awaken my room. The clock on my wacky watch says it's morning, but the only way I can tell is from the sliver of sunlight peeking from under my door. Oh, sorry. I slide my school-issued pajamas off and look in the closet. A series of perfectly pressed school uniforms are there, with a little tag on the sleeve of the nearest one. I take a closer look. Looks like Kane left me a note. Hi, Runnyverse. This is Principal Kane. As part of your stay at our lovely academy, you have been provided a set of uniforms, free of charge. The price of your dorm is also included in your tuition payment. Looks like you and Ragatha are off to an absolutely fantastic start. Good on you for befriending the valedictorian, class representative, and resident assistant. Ragatha has a lot of people she's almost friends with, but it looks like you two might be building something genuine. Good luck. Poor Rags. As I pull my uniform over my wacky watch, I glance down at it. I have a text from Ragatha. Are you still walking to school this morning? I was gonna fly there, but since you asked. Use my other hand, okay. It takes no time for me to find her door, though Ragatha is already standing outside of it. It's a cold fall morning. Ready to walk to school with me, Rainyverse? She takes my hand in hers as we begin our walk. She's surprisingly warm. Oh, I thought it froze for a second. I guess I thought she would be as cold as the outside. I mean, she looks like a ragdoll, but she's as warm as any human. Did you sleep well last night? Yeah, I did. Thanks for asking. Still up for tea later? Yeah, I think so. Great, maybe this evening. I think there's still some in the student lounge. Student lounge? Oh, I guess I hadn't shown you that yet. It's in the dorm building. I'll show you tonight. I smile at Ragatha. She seems really eager to make plans. I remember Kane's note from this morning, mentioning she had a lot of almost friends. I wonder if maybe she's just lonely. Me too, girl. Me too. Well, let's get going before we end up late for class. She pulls me along, walking at a brisk pace as we head to the school entrance. So, how do you like the school so far? I shrug. Dunno, haven't been here long enough to really form an opinion. She nods. Oh, right, well, I'm sure you'll come to love it here. I'm not so sure about that. but I guess I wouldn't really feel like I was talking to Ragatha unless I was also dealing with her relentless optimism. She laughs nervously. Last time I was late, they'd locked the entrance. I had to wait outside for hours until somebody noticed I wasn't in class. Then Kane had to unlock the door for me. I gave her a worried look. That's messed up. Nobody even noticed you were gone? Oh, no, wait, I mean, She backpedals, crossing her arms. It was an honest mistake. As we stepped into the school, she turns to me. Alright, Rani Verse, quiz time. Do you remember where our homeroom class is? How could I forget? I went there myself yesterday morning, and Ragatha showed me on the door. Up the main stairs and to the left, right? That's right, Rani Verse. She smiles. Aside from us two, Kinger is the only one in the class. Oh! Ragatha, Raniverse, good to see you two are getting along. He glances down at my hand, which Ragatha is still holding. She pulls it away, embarrassed. Girl! Give me back your hand. I currently have a kitty in mind, but give me back your hand, okay? Give it! Don't act shy. Don't act shy, little girl. Just showing them the ropes. I do like ropes. The way she pulls back reminds me of how she stepped out of my dorm last night. I wonder. Agatha. You like girls? I think she likes girls. Nah. It's probably nothing. I take my seat next to her, and Ragatha goes back to her cheery self, constantly raising her hand and answering questions as Kinger quizzes the class on his lessons. Well, at least she gets along with the teacher. I was the kind of person who got along with my teacher too, so I was not valedictorian. Or is it valedictorian? Clearly I wasn't, okay? I just knew how to talk to people who were older than me. Honestly, my uncle was only 10 years old when I was born. So I'm used to talking to people who are much older than I am. That makes no sense. If I ever fall behind in English, I know whose notes to borrow. As the bell to dismiss morning class rings, we get up to leave, but Kinger asks Ragatha to stay back. I wait for her by the door. They only speak for a moment, Ragatha nodding before turning to leave. Kinger told me Kane wants to meet with me to discuss his expectations for the culture festival. See, it's not fair, it's festival. Want to come with me? I nod. I think I'll grab some food first, but I'll meet you there. I grab the lunch for the day from the cafeteria before seeking out Ragatha, finding her outside of Kane's office, tapping her foot. Hey, sorry I'm late, Ragatha. She notices me. She looks down at her shaking leg, embarrassed. Oh no, Raniverse. I wasn't impatient or anything. I'm just nervous. Kane can be... She pauses to find the polite words for what she wants to say. A bit much. So I just try to get our meetings over as quick as possible. She laughs nervously. I nod. A bit much how? Oh, you know. He asks you to host a game night, and you say yes. And then he asks you to get all the latest game consoles and every board game in the alphabetical order, even the really obscure ones. And if you try to say no, he just kind of stares at you. She shivers. That does sound pretty intense. Well, I'm here to help you, so how do I help? Just help me keep his expectations in check. She turns to the door, nervous. I really don't want to disappoint him, but I nod again. She definitely comes off as a people pleaser. I am a people pleaser, unfortunately. And it sucks, okay? It sucks even more that people take advantage of that. Should I be better about it? Should I get over my childhood trauma and not be a people pleaser? Yes. The answer is yes. But it is incredibly hard to do, and I will end up crying. Just saying. So I know it sounds weird, and you can totally say no if it makes you uncomfortable. But if you can just, I don't know, try to talk to Kane if he comes up with any unreasonable expectations. She looks back at me. I nod, and she lets out a big huff of nervous energy. The door flies open, narrowly missing both of us. Well, if it isn't Ragatha and Raniverse again. He smiles down at us, eyes building in excitement, bulging. Come, come. He ushers us into his office. Principal Kane floats over to his desk before taking a seat behind it. Call me Charles Dickens, because I have great expectations. Go ahead and wow me, you two. He leans back in his chair as we walk in, puffing on a bubble pipe. Again, I'm surprised he's allowed to do that on school grounds. But if he's the principal, then I guess he makes the rules here. He wanted to talk to us about the cultural fair? Right, Kane? That I did, class representative. He takes the pipe out of his mouth as he leans forward. We need a fire eater, a knife juggler, a cotton candy machine, street vendors for every type of Japanese food. I want a realistic reenactment of the story of 47 Ronin, a line of dancing geisha. Young lady, I have heard rumor that the Prime Minister of Japan himself may be in attendance. Kane opens his hands as a miniature firework goes flying about the room. Well, Kane, Ragatha is struggling. My time to step up. Ragatha doesn't respond but nods stiffly. Well, of course, my pupil. I was going to provide the food myself. Principal Kane shakes his head as he regains his composure. He scratches his chin again. But now that I think about it, I don't see a practical way for you to do any of those things I asked for you. Is he actually starting to see reason? You know what? You two take the rest of the day off to start planning. I'm gonna completely revamp my plan. Principal Kane laughs manically before dismissing us. You go on, you two. Have fun with the rest of your day. I'll be in touch. We leave Principal Kane's chaotic office. Whew. She wipes her brow. Thanks for helping me manage Kane's expectations today, Raniverse. I nod. You really came through for me. She looks down at me with a warm smile. Since Kane gave us an early day to start on planning, do you want to meet in the student lounge while we go over the culture fair plans? Sounds good. Great, let's get going then. She offers a hand, which I take. Come on, Raniverse. Since Kane let us out so early, the weather is going to be a lot nicer. I guess. I didn't think of that. We stroll out in the autumn air. It was a lot less cold than this morning. Wow, Raniverse, we haven't had weather this nice since summer. I can't deny the weather is pretty nice. And I know with your help, the culture fair will be a huge success. She jovially swung her arms as she talks to me, just like when she was showing me to the dorms. Well, you know, let's at least start planning the fair before we say it's going to be a success. She smiles back at me. Yeah, of course. It's just nice to have some help. I was really nervous I would have to organize this whole thing on my own. That would be pretty stressful. Hopefully we can share the burden of organizing the culture fair pretty evenly. I take a seat in the student lounge, a cup of tea that Ragatha made me in my hand. Ragatha went to her room to grab some things, but it's been a while since she left. To my surprise, the first person to walk in is Pomni. Hi? I wave to her. Hi, Raniverse. Here for dinner? Dinner? I was actually going to meet with Ragatha for... As if summoned by my words, Ragatha walks in, carrying a paper bag of groceries. Hi, Raniverse. She gives me a friendly wave. Hey, Ragatha. weren't we going to have tea and prepare for the culture festival? She puts a palm to her forehead. Ugh, I knew I was forgetting something. Sorry, Raniverse. I kind of forgot that me and Pomni make dinner in the lounge every Tuesday. I suddenly feel really awkward. Awkward? I've got two hands for a reason. Oh, am I interrupting something, or... No. They say at the exact same time. Oh yeah, no, there's definitely something going on. Stop hiding it! I mean, if you want, you can join us for dinner. And maybe something else later? Oh, princess? Would that be okay? Ragatha and Pomni exchange a quick look before nodding. Yeah, you know what they say, Runiverse. Variety is the spice of life. I nod. Okay, Ragatha, well, I didn't bring anything to cook, so I'm just gonna work on ideas for the Culture Fest. Fair, I guess. That sounds great, Runiverse. I'm excited to see what you come up with. The two of them get to work swiftly as they make spaghetti and meatballs. Ragatha sets the water to boil and hands Pomni a jar of sauce to heat up. Even as Pomni pours the sauce into the pot and starts one of the burners to warm it up, Ragatha eyes her nervously. Pomni must be a pretty bad cook if Ragatha doesn't even trust her to heat up the pasta sauce on the stove. No time to think about all that, though. I begin to jot ideas down in my notebook for the Culture Festival. Oh no, I forgot to grab something to stir the pasta with.
She says, clutching her hair. Rani versus Pomni. That is the end of episode 1 for the Amazing Digital Dating Sim. I am enjoying this story so far. I do wish there were a few more interactive pieces in it, so it's not just that you're reading only, but you're also making more choices than just one or two every now and again. But I'm enjoying the story. I love Ragatha, and I like Pomni. So we will see how and where this goes. Once I figure out why the game keeps crashing, I will see all of you guys in the next episode.